Okay. I think we're okay. You hear me? Okay. How did I die? Well, it's like this. I needed to go downstairs, IRL downstairs, to get some dinner prepped, right? So here in my lovely little house, I was standing kind of like right here, and I looked down because I know Endermen sometimes pop in, and I thought I was nice and safe. Well, I come back to a "you died" screen, and it had already been like 9 minutes, so I knew everything was gone. I had nothing. Nothing was in here. Nothing was in here. And I thought, well, maybe the hoppers picked something up. Nope, they didn't. They didn't pick up anything. And the hopper would put in here, of course. And no, but if it cooked, that is. What happened, it would appear, is this has since been put here. A skeleton came. It shot me through the window because it's dark up there intentionally so that I can capture not those guys, but the guy here with the little yellow hat and others. So I can cart them over to my my prison. So I was pretty upset because it was one of my good bows, my only pair of wings, and of course my original set of diamond armor. Hi Ajax, and hello Mr. Bruce Wayne. Welcome in. I was just explaining to Jen how I died last night. Yeah. But as you can see, I do have some backup gear, and I do have, I don't know, I don't even remember what all I had on me. I know I had a bed I lost, I had a water bucket. I don't recall if I did or didn't have torches. I had some food. We could go hand raiding if you want. I don't know that I want to do that. I only went end raiding on the day we killed the Ender Dragon, and the one city that I made my way to, somebody had already grabbed the wings. So the wings that I had that I lost had been given to me by Polly, and I haven't been to the end since. It's okay. It happens, and it is the name of the game, but I had already played for 6 hours yesterday, and I was just kind of like really frustrated. And IRL, we had a banking issue that we needed to resolve, and it's like, I just wasn't in the mood for anything. But I did stay on still for an hour and a half or so after that, because one of the things that I work on is getting, well, that is a piece of backup gear, but in my ender chest I keep backup gear, and I haven't done as much on here as I've done on Stony Peaks, even though I've been on Stony Peaks far less, because here I've done other stuff where on Stony Peaks I haven't really done a lot yet. But I do have, as you can see, a full set of gear, and it's all good. And I lost the one thing. Okay, I was working on, you can see the mangrove trees out here, and I like to use Silk Touch hose, garden implements on them, right? And then I take the leaves and I put them through the composter. Well, both Silk Touch hose that I had were on me, and those I lost. I do still have a hoe, but it's not a Silk Touch, so that will be one thing I do need to make. Yeah. It was just frustrating, but again, it's the name of the game, you know? It's Minecraft. There's nothing you can lose, unless maybe it's the dragon egg, if you're the one who holds it, that can't be regained. I guess. At least that's what they tell me. So now, today, I didn't give a lot of thought to what I need to do, but maybe what I should do first. Oh, and I lost, I had about 45 levels. I need to make another Silk Touch garden tool. Back upstairs. That is the one thing. I don't have another extra one. I got a lot of extra pickaxes to work with. I have tons of books. Most of these were from fishing up here. Some of them were purchased, like the mending and unbreaking ones. But most of the rest are, multi-books that you gain from fishing. This is the one I have left, and it's only a fortune pick, or garden tool. And I use it mostly when I need saplings, which that was earlier game. It's not so much now, but I need, yeah. Let's see, what does a hoe take? How many? 2? 1, 2, 3? Do I have sticks? Do I have sticks up here? Probably not. Well, we'll put that back in, and I can go downstairs as well. Let's see. We'll get sticks. We'll start by making a new hoe, so I can chop those trees down. 'Cause I need to chop those trees down. They're in my way. And then from there, we'll try to figure out what. Come on, get down here where the sticks are. We'll try to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, what's a hoe take? Hoe takes 2 diamonds, yeah. And I had 2. I think I'm only going to make 1. Because it will have mending, and I guess that means I go back upstairs too. I wonder if I have a Silk Touch book. If not, I may end up going to Slow Rides, or not Polly's, Ajax's base, if I could find his villagers, and get a Silk Touch book. Oh my gosh, I have so much stuff. Where would I have a Silk Touch book? Well, I know I got the mending, the right one. Let's see. It's so unfortunate. I hate that for you. Yeah, it's all right. Go end rating. Ajax, I know you said that even last night when you popped on. I don't have spare wings. And I don't want to borrow wings because I have this fear if I die, then I'm going to lose someone else's wings. It's just a thing with me. And I know we have gone through, or not we, but those who have gone end rating have gone out to a lot of the far in cities. So to bridge out to the other islands to find one could prove difficult. Ajax is on a 50 stream streak. He has shulkers of blocks. We can bridge forever. The End and I are not that close of friends yet. Now, if we had Jen on here, right, Jen? Jen loves to go out and do end rating. You'd be there in a heartbeat. Yep. Oh gosh, what do I have on me? I was doing some of this last night, and I just didn't put it away in the beginning. I need just an unbreaking and a mending. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of a skimpy one. We'll just do that if I have an amending. We'll see if I have enough. And a Silk Touch. Where would I have put a Silk Touch? right there where it says Silk Touch. Okay, I don't know that I have enough levels, but we shall see. Probably I should pull out not pull out, actually, you know what, though, I don't think I wrote this in my notebook. I have a notebook where I wrote down the enchants because I didn't want to have to keep going to the website. Did I do one for a hoe? I did not do the page for the hoe to know which order costs the least. Because it isn't always combining the books that you would think. And surprisingly, like if I were to what? I was going to say, where did those extra hoes come from? I thought, is this game duping things on me or something? Hello, Pathfinder. Welcome in. And Trunga, good day to you too, sir. And Moa, welcome in. Who's going to race to go get the first? Has that been redeemed yet? I don't think it had. Oh, no, Jen got it. Jen did get it earlier. I missed it. Jen got it. Oh, gosh. Look at this. He gave me all these hoes. He must have a villager that has them. I don't know. I was just going to do one. Now my brain... What the hell? Oh, gosh. I'm going to have to put one in here. Or 2, or 3, or 4. How many did he give me? I only made one. Good grief. 2, 4, 6. Oh, gosh. Get back to my brain. I took a nap earlier. I think I'm still groggy from it. No, that wasn't what I was doing. And Mickey's here. Hey, welcome in, Mickey. Sakura, yeah. After my death episode of last night. Okay, yeah. See, it only costs 2, even though all that's on there. But I don't want all those other things. It doesn't matter. They won't go on it anyhow. So that's 2. I'm here. I think there was a delay there or something that boggled my mind. Okay, so we have that. Where's the Silk Touch? It says 4. Yeah, I don't know which way will... I should have looked it up. It's okay. If I don't have enough, I at least want Silk Touch on it. That's 8 of the 14 I had. Do I have enough? Oh, not that bee. Come on. Good grief. I need 2 more levels. I have all this stuff. Notice, I have all this stuff. This is disenchant. You know what? Hang on. B needs to take a very deep breath. Let's go down here. I know. We're going to dump a whole bunch of stuff off in here. This is driving me crazy. I'm even going to dump those in there for now. That. This is the one I'm putting on there. These need to go back upstairs. Okay, now we'll get it. Take all those things that I bring back. Everybody laughs at me for bringing all these things back from the raid farm. But I disenchant them and I get the levels and it heals my stuff. So I always have a lot of backup gear, so to speak. It just may not be diamond gear always. No. Come on. And it gives me XP. It takes a little while to do it. If you need, you can use the Guardian Farm for levels. Yeah, I'd have to remember how. Yours I think took Yeah, never mind. Yay, see, I got 9 levels, so it's fine. I got it. It's that quick. I'm not even going to give it a name yet. Okay, now I got to go down. What are you doing now? Hey, Jax. I don't need the levels now. I'm good, but thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Is it dark out? Of course it is. No, I haven't, Mickey. I haven't. Because I wasn't on long enough last night, and Ajax saying we should go out and bridge out to the end, and I'm stalling and hesitating on that because I don't do well in the end. And the last time I tried using the pumpkin on my head, it didn't. I got the one that makes it easier to see off the Bedrock Tweaks site, and it didn't make it easier to see for some reason. So I don't know if when I tried it before, if it's just that the pack was broken, or if it was too soon after an update and hadn't been updated yet. I don't know. Let's see. I'm still missing chat. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. That's good. Good. Or my silverfish killer. Yeah, I like the silverfish killer. Of course, I'd have to walk all the way over there. And I'd have to take a boat or swim over to the Guardian farm. It's close. But I remember when you did show me the first time how it is used, that there was something here and something there, and I don't know if I would have to rethrow the tridents, or if, because like with the one on Mickey's row, as long as you're on, I would still get the XP. I don't know. Some things are too complicated for my brain to think about today. And you all know me. I don't make plans for when I stream. It's my 30th episode though on here on Sakura. It's like, wow. And for those who don't know, because I know Pathfinder is new, and Jen is somewhat new for when I stream on Sakura. Sakura is the community server of TNC Cuban. He was one of the OGs from Truly Bedrock. And he doesn't stream much now. He's been getting in education and tending to IRL stuffs over the last year or 2 or 3. But he still maintains, with the help of a couple other very talented people, his community server. So I think we have something like, I don't know, I want to say 18 that are actually whitelisted, but we haven't had a lot of people consistently playing, especially recently. We get Ajax and Polly and Slow Ride and myself and Nope, except when he was studying for his finals, and he still hasn't been back on. But he's the one that maintains everything for us on a remote controlled. He remotely or somehow houses the server himself in his, I don't know how he does it. It's technical stuff. I don't understand it. Because I'm on, you don't need to throw tridents. Okay. Yeah, it's the same way Mickey's is too. and she has a wall, because it's kind of a community setup, where it has switches with the lights, so it shows who threw the tridents last, and you flip the lever to indicate if you were the one who did the tridents last. So if someone comes on and there's others on, you can see who threw them last. So if that person is in game, then you don't have to rethrow them. I think that's a pretty nice feature. I like things that communicate. I think I'll have to crawl back up and do those later. We're doing this one now. But one of the things I was doing, and that's why I'm chopping down these mangrove trees again, it's been a while, was building up my shop backup reserves. Not that things are being sold much in the shop these days, with mostly just Ajax and myself on, and Ajax has his own automated tree farm, or attempted, I don't know. I think he showed it once. Ajax is into the redstone. Our eyes light up when we see diamonds, because diamonds are a girl's best friend. Ajax's eyes light up when he sees redstone. Let's see, what am I missing in chat? There are portals. And this and this and that and that, Mickey says. And Ajax, because I'm on, okay, I read that one. Mickey says, yes, Durbin made that wall of lamps so smart. It is very smart. And Ajax says, the fungus works but can get a good universal tree farm to work on, but can't get a good universal tree farm to work on the server. Yeah, I myself am not very adept at doing things redstone. I haven't taken the time to learn, and the things I have learned don't stick with me. And so I don't even try to figure things like redstone out on my own. When I do any redstone, it is strictly by a tutorial. I was, Ajax and I and Slow Ride were in a voice chat a few days ago while we were playing. And we were talking about mega builds. And I was watching someone this morning and got on the topic of mega builds a little bit, and not being one who builds things very large. And one of them said something about, well, mega builds are considered to be such and such in size. I'm going, what? I mean, it was like millions of blocks or something. What? They says, yeah, it's what AI says, or something to that effect. And so I looked it up, and if you look up AI and ask what size is a Minecraft mega build, that's what it'll tell you too. And it mentions Grian, and gives a link to one of his videos or something. And I've still not watched that, so I don't know. But it's like, oh, I know what brought it up. We were touring Slow Ride's base. None of us had been out there in a while. And we thought, gosh, how many chunks is this by how many chunks? It was like he has this big wall around his whole compound. And it was really, really big. Or at least in my eyes, it was really, really big. Because as you could see how really, really big my house is, right? I say that a bit tongue-in-cheek, of course. And my pockets full, of course they are. Oh, I know what I'm doing here. Gotta go put this in the composter. Of course, I probably should have dumped off all the other stuff too in this in a smelter, but I didn't. What is Ajax doing around here? He's in a boat. Why is Ajax in a boat? That's his in-game name, and Ajax Seawolf is his in-chat name. I don't know what he's doing. Hope he's not waiting for a passenger, because I'm not going. I'm chopping down mangrove trees. He's probably sitting there going, "Oh, bee, you're no fun." That's right. I'm not. Okay, what can I throw in here? Mickey, you here? You can see this. This was how I was trying to explain my version of the tree farm. Hello, Riz and Agni. How are you today? Welcome back. Good to see you again. See, I made it. Several layers deep, but the water all flows from one side here towards the center channel here, and the same from that wall to this channel. And then if you were to go to the center here where you see a single hopper, that channel is one layer deep, and it flows from 8 blocks from that wall to the hopper and 8 blocks from that wall to the hopper as well. And then below that it goes down to the collection room that I have down in my storage area. And this was our named horse from last Sakura's Mystery Stream. This is the tree horse. He fell in here, so we're leaving him in here. I should say I'm leaving him in here. I think Ajax named him. I'm leaving him. And I also needed oak for some of my backfill to get my supplies. I don't trust this location, especially not there. Stop sleeping. Hey, Rod, welcome in. Poor Ajax. Yeah. Did you take a taxi service, he says. I know, he probably wants me to go out to the Guardian farm and get some levels. And it's like, I don't know what the levels right now. Because I'm not going to be making any more gear on. Oh, gosh. And I don't have wings, so no, I'm not going to step in that. However, I am going to tend to that creeper up there. If I can get my controller to work. There we go. We got him. Anybody else? That guy stays. See, I can't even fly over to my my prison anymore. I have to take a trolley. Okay, we'll take a little bit of a detour here for a moment. I think I have room now for one remaining prisoner. And that's the one that's there, but I can't get him to take a helmet, so I can only transport him over here after dark, and I haven't wanted to contend with the mobs. But I got this last, when Ajax and Slow Ride and I were kind of touring each other's bases the one day. Slow Ride named it Expose the Illuminati. It's like, okay, whatever. And then this guy, I don't know what to name him. Because these are the hardened criminals. They will never be released. They will never be converted. They're just hardened criminals. And this one, guilty of stealing copper, caught breaking into Fort Knox. Notice he's in gold. This one stole my Levi's and my quartz blocks. This one was running a dog fighting ring. See, he's got the parts to the dog armor. This one might have been his cohort. But this one, I don't know. He's got gunpowder, running an arms ring or something. I don't know, maybe? Those are awesome. What did Ajax clip? I don't know. Oh, that poof that scared the tar out of me. Somebody order an Uber, Rod says. Oh, you know what? I don't have any of my mods here yet. Let's see. Let's give a shout out to Motown Mickey, since that's the name I see at the moment. And then there will be shout outs for who streams? Trunga, Pathfinder streams, I know, and Moa. So I gotta try to remember those. Pathfinder, I'll probably have to scroll those down again. And this one, he's guilty too, but I think I want him to be yet another librarian. And so I have this one space left for a villager. He won't be a hardened criminal, because I don't think... Yeah, I'm not going to put another one here, because then I would have to extend this wall. Not that I couldn't. Because initially, once everything's here, this whole rail system goes away. And so does the bridge, the dirt bridge. Then I have a plan to build this up with, in fact, I showed Ajax a picture of it, but it will go up fairly high, and it will look pretty dark, I guess. A lot of the black and gray tones. It was something I saw one day, I believe, on Pinterest. And I thought, oh, that would be perfect to go around my prison iron farm. These guys don't look like they're in too much trouble, do they? Phew. Yeah, most of them need names, though. Of course, yeah. Get up here, put the cart down, I'll go back. Guess it's cart travel till I get back out to the... Oh, I guess I accidentally paused my game chat that I can look at when I gave the shout out. Okay, I want you on that set of rails. That way you just bounce between these two. And I found the easiest way to push this cart when it's without getting hit is to put another cart immediately behind it and then push that, and he doesn't hit you. Anyway, back to the stuffs. So that was one of the accomplishments in the last 2 weeks. If y'all are wondering what this is, if I had my wings, I would show you. Of course, if Ajax were still over, well, yeah, he could show you. I think he has wings. He showed me once. He's the one who built this. The 4 dispensers and the one under the pressure plate are filled with wind charges. So when you step on the pressure plate, you get blasted up into the air. And I thought, that is so cool. See if I can get another shout out here. Let's see who came in first. Let's go scroll all the way back. Looks like Trunga. And then I'll write this down so I don't have to scroll back again. Pathfinder. Underbar MC. And then Moa. I have Moa's memorized, so I don't have to write it fully down other than just as a reminder. Okay, so we got Mickey. And I think that's all at the moment. I can't remember. Agni, do you stream? Yarn Beast! Oh, sweetie. Oh, hey, Jax. Oh, he's going to show us. Okay. Is it broken? Uh-oh, what happened? Are there no wind charges in all the dispensers? Did it break? There he went. And you deploy your wings, so you can either fly off or fly back down. Yarn Beast. What happened to my wings? See this little hole here? I didn't realize it was a unsafe opening. It didn't have the panel there. And last night I had decided to AFK here for a moment where I felt I was perfectly safe and go downstairs and fix some, get some dinner prep going. I came back 9 minutes later and I had been murderized by a skeleton that shot me through that window. I lost my only pair of wings, all my armor, my ender chest, my arrows, whatever I might have had there. Everything I had here, my hot bar, my bed, my water bucket, and I don't know what all I had in here at all. So I don't know if I lost a lot or a little. And Ajax says it was caused by server lag that he couldn't go out of that quickly. Interesting. Why do we have server lag? Blame Nope. Hashtag blame Nope. Till Nope gets on and we can have the nether hub stuff. Okay, let's see. Can I get up there again? Yep, I can get up there. I probably should have thrown all this stuff. Let's see, I wonder if I can reach it from this side. Oh, it's going to be dark, and of course I don't have a bed up here. Ha 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 ha. To make it in the water? Yep. And I know, well, it doesn't show it. I guess that's because I don't have, well, those things can go down too. I don't care. Just empty my pockets. Hopefully everything's landing in the water. Yep, perfect. Perfect. Perfecto. Yarn is joining! Yay! Yarn is my daughter, again, for anybody who doesn't know. I think most people do, unless you're brand new. And she joined during her kids' spring break from school and was able to play pretty regularly for, I don't know, a week or two. And then school started up again, and she herself is a teacher, so you know how it is after spring break, it gets very busy. So she hasn't, this is the first time I think she's been on since. And let's see. What other things? But yeah, going back to the mega build stuff, I was just kind of floored at, I mean, I've seen some large builds that I personally would consider a mega build, but apparently those aren't anywhere near a mega build. So yeah, that. wasn't Mickey. She was doing jungle and spruce, but did she have to do some mangrove? Because wasn't there mangrove over there in that island on Stony? Oh, let me see. I think I can probably do the next shout out for Pathfinder. Oops, there's no J in Pathfinder. That's that lazy finger I have. Always wants to hit the J on my very sensitive keyboard. And for those wondering why, if I have a keyboard, why am I using a controller? Because I was an office worker for decades, and that involved a whole lot of typing, and my brain just will not convert to doing gaming keyboard stuffs. I've tried, albeit maybe not very diligently, but it just doesn't want to register. And when I first started doing any gaming at all, it was on consoles, whether it was PlayStation 2 or Xbox or Wii or what have you. What else did we have? We had pretty much everything. Because I also have a son. Son will be home in 12 days. 12 days. That's less than 2 weeks. I'm so excited. For some reason I was thinking it was still 13 days, but that was yesterday. He has been on his study abroad for a semester. And he has his very final exam tomorrow, which technically, given the time zone differences, is today, but much later, because it's just a little after midnight where he is. Oh, it's transitioned over to the oak trees. I'm going, wait a minute, these leaves don't look right. Not that I don't need oak leaves too, because I also sell leaves. Oh my goodness. What is Ajax doing in my base? What is he digging holes for down there? You and your kin. You're the one that shot me last night. Made me lose all my stuff. Had to be you. Oops, let's see. I want to go from this direction over, I guess. Let's see. I'm missing things here. Trunga says, thanks for the shout out. You are most certainly welcome, young man. Yarn says, oh, not for long, meaning being on. I don't know. There's some great inspiration out there for really small and detailed builds. Yeah. And everything in between small and giganto. The mental capacity to be in that creative space makes it worth it, whether big or small. Let's see. The super competitive PvP players have their keyboard tilted almost sideways. Will we see you do that sometime soon? B doesn't do PvP. B is not real good at that. Time flies. Ajax says, go buy beacon so we can set up regen. Oh, he's making an area for beacon? For regen? I think I have all the components for a beacon in my ender chest. I have emeralds, and I have a beacon that I bought back when Wait, did he? What? Oh, that's from the other thing. Nope, nope. B, you don't need to go down there. Got an ender chest right here. Okay, which box? No. Yep, it's in my reserve box. Yep, there's my beacon. There's all the emeralds. Okay, let's go. Here you go. Oh, there's Jarvis. Hugs. What you doing? You brought me wings? Did you have and backups? Oh, and more oh my gosh. My baby brought me wings. Ooh. Ooh. What do you need? Go to the storage downstairs. If you need something, find it. Need redstone? Ajax probably says he needs redstone. Oh my gosh. You had extra. Can't stay too long. Oh my gosh. Where's oh, maybe I need to go downstairs. What's Ajax doing? Oh, he's doing it with iron. Okay, well that works too. Well, I guess I don't need to use my emeralds then. You want emeralds, Ajax? What you need? There's the beacon. Need the emeralds too? Or not? Or you have enough iron for that? You want that? You can have the emeralds in exchange. That was only one, I know. There you go. All right. Okay then. And it's raining and oh yeah. Anyway. Wings. I have wings again. Now I gotta find my rockets. They're in here too. Oh my gosh. My daughter. She's wonderful. I forgot that the last time Cuban was on, they went out together, and he went out and helped her end raid. I had completely forgotten that. Rod says, just call her Red Bull. She gives you wings. I like it. And hello, Dragon. How are you? Okay, the last shout out I needed was Moa. There, okay. And I think I'm caught up on all the those. Oh my gosh. Oh well. The day is definitely getting better. I have Ajax here helping me with a beacon. I have new wings that I can put on. I can put those in here. I can put those in here. And she even put, unbreaking. Okay, I can put the mending on. In fact, why don't I do that? Let's see if I have enough levels to put a mending on them. Because I definitely have the mending books. Take them off. Three, yeah. Nice. So that's all we need is mending and unbreaking. Yeah, all right. I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I'll let him be. Sorry, I was just a little bit distracted there. Let's see. Look up this one. We'll get back to work on these mangroves. I missed a block somewhere. Okay, well, you'll find it. I have every confidence in you. You know what? This has been driving me nuts. These things have to be in the right order for me to work them right. Of course, if I get this down to a certain level, we'll be good. Okay, I'll hop here, and then we'll just transition on into the oak. I mean, hey, why not, right? I didn't realize these were planted so close that they decided they would touch each other. And up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, sometimes IRL is funny. We had our banking institution has recently undergone a change in their system. And they'd been telling us they were going to do this for a long time. And to get ready, well, who listens to them, right? But even so, we kind of sort of got ready, and our accounts, obviously as a married couple, are joint accounts, which that's not a problem. But for like logging in on the computer, we each have our own independent credentials. So I tried mine using the beloved computers, of course, and following their instructions. And I kept getting this message that something went wrong. Please contact us, yada, yada, yada. So I tried for 2 days thinking, well, maybe it's just they're overloaded because the change was so recent, like just a day or two in. Minecraft lovers first time chat. People call Bedrock Edition bug rock often, but have you ever seen a bug in your time playing Minecraft Bedrock Edition? Have you found a bug that actually was a problem? I'm not quite sure how to answer that. And welcome in. I have made bug reports in the past, none recently. And that was a follow. Thank you for the follow. I love when people come in and give you food for thought. That was good. Oh, goodness. And anyway, back to my story. So, since it still wasn't working, I had called the number to call to work it out. And their personnel are apparently remote workers, which was a little bit kind of spooky at first. You're giving out all your personal information to somebody who's sitting in the middle of their house, and their neighbor's dog is barking so loud that you hear it. It's like, what the heck? A little frightening. Ajax says, yes, I have many bugs that are breaking my redstone. Rod says, losing all your stuff to lag is a problem. Okay. Dragon says, silverfish? Yeah, that is a bug. They're not very nice bugs either. Risen Agni says, I recently found a bug that was a problem, not in Minecraft, but a large, mean-looking wasp on my window. Minecraft lover says, not what I mean. Either of those? I don't know. And so I called and I pour out all this information and we finally get it to work. My husband, unbeknownst to him that I had done this, went to set up his stuff. And there's a resource within our banking agency that he uses and I don't. And it said that in order, well, he was having troubles getting that set up and getting it to work. So he called. Well, I should probably go down and pick all that stuff up before it despawns, shouldn't I? Duh. And so he called and talked to this person, a different person, mind you, of course. And they told him that the only way it would work is if he were the primary account holder. Well, we have it in a trust, and technically I am the primary account holder. I've had the agency since like the mid-1970s, but we both have our own independent credentials to log in, right? So it shouldn't have been a problem. Spots for 3 more beacons. Okay. Thank you, Ajax. Thank you very much. And so when he did that, because he didn't know I'd already done mine and stuff, the party on the other end switched him to the primary. Well, that broke my access again. I was livid. I was not a happy camper. Hi, Sky. Beans Raid. Metal Statistic. Hello. Oh my gosh. I'm so busy telling my story. I'm missing chat. Let's see. Know what I mean? That's a crazy wasp story. Oh, the wasps. Not those bugs. With a party of 40. Oh my goodness, beans. Welcome in. I saw you guys were playing that game. I haven't watched it closely enough to understand how that game works, other than it is some kind of PvP stuff. And is it in teams? And welcome in everybody that came in with snow beans. And I understand if you need to raid and run, it's probably your dinner time, I know. It's snowing Farlander heads. Gorgor Big, hello. Anyway, welcome in. And yeah, I gotta get some shout outs here. Snow beans. Did I get that right? Yeah, I got that right. There's probably others that will need shout outs in there. Who else is a streamer in that group that just came in? Sky is. So I have to get Sky. Is Gorgor stream? If he does, I don't think I followed. I don't know. Kirgon made the game. It's a fun game with PvP and other chaos. Yeah, it did look pretty chaotic. Yeah, I saw you and Val and Kirgon, and Sky was probably there too. And I think I heard Cathador's voice at the time when I was watching. Yeah, fun times. You guys have so much fun over there. A lot of chaotic fun. Anyway, going back in sleep before I get killed again. Darn skeleton killed me last night when I was standing here AFK prepping dinner. It shot through that window that it did not have a trap door on last night. I came back, I'd lost everything. My wings, my armor, my tools, everything. I was upset. I was exhausted. I was tired. I'd played for about 6 hours at the time. So I only worked on recouping my gear and seeing what I had as backup already. And fortunately, I did have most of the backup and in place. But now I have to make new backup gear too. And so today, this is my 30th Sakura's mystery stream. I had no plan. Just kind of getting over the death from last night, mostly. Skype said, we had a big group playing tonight, even managed to make teams this time. 3v3 is fun. Chaotic but fun. Yeah. Minecraft lover says, so sad. Yeah, well, it happens. Part of the game. And I think maybe most of the people even though I'm not obviously part of Farlands, but I'm around in a lot of the chats, so they know who I am. Oh, I wonder if I can do that. I don't know. I don't think it'll do it. Scrub! Yay, you're here. My mod is here. How are you, Scrub? Is work over for the day? We need, when you get a chance, if you could, a shout out for Sky NS. And if anyone else is, and Val now too. Val is here. Welcome in, Val. I caught a little bit of Val's stream. It was a busy morning. And then, of course, my husband and I had to actually, to continue that story, my husband and I had to end up, because he tried to refix what got broken, and we got locked out of our accounts completely. And so he decided, well, he'll just call them and try to get that straightened out. Well, he called, and the first person he reached after a considerable phone hold, started to help him. And as soon as he said, well, maybe it's because it's under a trust, he says, oh, well, I can't help you then. It's company protocol. I have to send you over to the trust department. Yeah. So the guy did that, and my poor husband sat on hold there, I don't know, hour and a half, maybe longer, and never did get anyone to answer the phone. So we just decided first thing this morning we needed to physically go to the banking institution and see if we couldn't get that squared away. So that was what we did this morning. And then we also had to do a little bit of grocery shopping. And I stopped and got my car washed. I don't think it had been washed in a year. Seriously, guys, I don't think it had. And even though we're under a 45% chance of rain, I wanted to get my car washed. So I did. Scrub says, hey, Minecraft lover says, wait, who died last night? I did. In my house where I thought I was safe. I was AFK, but I have a little window on the side that I wasn't paying attention to and didn't realize. I have a dark area that I keep dark intentionally to capture zombie villagers in carts that I then cart over to my prison. And when I was AFK prepping dinner, a skeleton came along and shot me through that window. And it was like 9 minutes later that I got back, and my stuff had already despawned because one, I didn't know I died. Yeah, it was sad. It was sad. But all is good. That's the nature of Minecraft, right? We die, we lose stuff. We die again, we lose more stuff. We rebuild. We start over, or we rage quit. I was ready. I mean, it was probably one of the very few times I've ever felt close to rage quitting. Only because I had already been playing for about 6 hours and I was tired and I was frustrated over this whole banking situation. And I have a cat that is senile, and thankfully she's quiet so far today. I better not speak too soon, I may jinx it. And at going on 15, she meows all, yep, here she comes. She meows all the time. Poor thing. I hope I never get senile. I don't think I'd be meowing. Might be doing some other stuff, but not meowing. Oh, prison. Yeah. Do I need to go back over to the prison now that I have wings? Again? My daughter got on a little bit ago. She's part of this server. It's one of the recent peoples. This is my prison. It doesn't look terribly prisonish, but the ones behind the bars are the hardened criminals. They will never get released. They will never get converted, so they are behind iron bars. And obviously, their names, their crimes. This one killed me some time back. He's wearing my Levi's and holding my quartz. Yep, that's the piece of the dog armor. He was named by one of the other members on the server. He exposed the Illuminati. And this one needs a name. There is a redemption for that. That one's just guilty of something. I don't know what yet. But I have room for one more. And I have him in the cart over there, but he won't take a helmet, so I have to transport him in the dark. And the cleric, yep, he's an embezzler. And Scrub, thank you for getting the shout-outs. I appreciate that. Scrubs is very tired. Yeah, I imagine you are. You get up so early. Yep, and Rod says, and thanks to Red Bull, a.k.a. Yarn Beast, you have wings. Yes, she brought me 2 pair, in fact. Let's see, what am I missing here? Rod says, it's not a prison, it's an all-inclusive resort. Right. Let's hope you aren't meowing. Meow, meow. Hey, Lawful, welcome in. How you doing? Lawful's been wonderful lately, helping me get a walk-on sound going on Blurp. I don't know how to do it on my own server, or not my server, yeah, my own streams. I don't know how to add it. Let's see, Ajax saying hello to Scrub and Lawful. Vice versa. And thanks for the shouts out. And hello, Lady Death. How are you today? Minecraft Lover says, you seem so sweet, bro. I appreciate that comment. Lawful says, I would think of this as Hotel California. You can check out, but you can never leave. Yeah, I don't think these guys can even check out, actually. It's Hotel California. I might have to rename it that. Originally, we were referring to it as Alcatraz, but I don't think that really, because it's on a rock out here away from my mainland, which is in itself a large island. But it's a much smaller island than I had last season. Yeah, where am I? What am I doing? I don't sleep over here at all. I'm always afraid it's going to mess up my villagers. excuse me, I'm sorry, my prisoners. Pick up all this garbage. Throw most of it into the composter for compost. What time is it? 1:11. Oh, I totally ignored the ad that was at the top of the hour, didn't I? Sorry, guys. That can go. Even those can go. And for now, even those can go. It's getting dark. Did I see someone fly over? Did Ajax fly over again? I don't think anybody else got on. And Yarn Beast left. Just break the logs and the leaves will disappear on their own. Yeah, but part of it is well, at least for the mangrove, I wanted the leaves so I could put them in the compost so I can get the compost. But you're right. Yeah, and that's why I set up my tree, quote unquote, farm. It's my version of a tree farm. But when I have these like this as well, yeah, I got the one piece of snow, powdered snow there. Oh yeah, okay. You'll learn that B gets sidetracked a lot. Okay, let's go up here. Let's finish getting the mangrove. Yeah, I have several shulkers full of the mangrove leaves already. So I usually just break the leaves and can I get there? I got there. Yay. And compost them. Yeah, I missed anyway. I'm not good at that. Let's see. Is that too high for me to reach? No. Okay. Gotta jump, though. Try to think, what did I have on me when I died last night besides my normal gear that's always in the same place, or almost always in the same place. I don't even remember what it was I'd been doing. I think I'd been doing some of the mangrove tree, so there may have been some mangrove. But if I come up here and do this, because the oak trees, I don't have to rebuild to get up high enough to chop out the oak. So if I just take it down from the top, it's easier. And I don't need any more oak saplings anyway, because I have like 12 stacks of them. But I was just happy to get that financial issue, the banking issue, squared away. That just really upset me. All right, are we low enough? No, probably not. Let's see, how many? Yeah, we probably are low enough after this one last. I think I can just go and chop these from the bottom. And then we will let them despawn. And that's why I have the farm, the way it's built with the water channels, because anything that drops. Minecraft Lover gave me a follow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I made the farm as I did, so that anything that falls in between the actual solid channels will just go straight into the water and into the collection system. Mickey gifted a 1-month sub to Lawful Meteor. Thank you for that. Aged New Gamer followed. Thank you. Gosh. Here, I had no clue what I was going to do today. I didn't even know really if I was going to play on this till about a half an hour before I started. But I figured last week I streamed on Stony Peaks both days. So I guess this week I'll do both days, and then maybe after that I'll stagger. I'll determine which day to do which, because I stream Thursdays at 4 o'clock Pacific time and on Fridays at 2 o'clock, so 2 hours earlier. The other thought I had planned possibly of doing today, because I had started that, I think the last time I streamed from here, is the ocean wall that will be going up around the entire front half at least. Ideally it would be the entire island, but we only have 6 months left of the server, or at least that's the original plan. But building a wall against this in like the basalt mostly. A few other blocks mixed in, but it's mostly the basalt. In fact, maybe I should just go down and garner a peek from this side. It'll give a better idea. There. That's all I got done last time. Of course, it's down under the water level too, so there is from that side over there all the way over to this side. But it will go around the side of the island. It kind of fits the whole thing with the dark prison over there. Come on, bee, get out of here. There we go. And we'll go up. I gotta figure out, now that Ajax built a beacon for me, I gotta figure out what I want in there to make things go faster. And all that. Okay, I guess that's all the trees. See, this is the only problem with this type of farm. You do still get drops, stuff that drops on the solid areas. But I also like having it a little higher so that it can also, yeah, I didn't do that intentionally. Nope, I didn't. I did not. I can grow vines. Vines are good when you go to make moss. Is it vines? To make the mossy cobblestone? Yeah, it's vines. Gosh, I'm having brain fade. I don't always have this many 2x2 sections. Usually I only have a couple of them because I won't grow, not that I couldn't, but I won't grow 2x2 spruce trees over here. I keep them over in their separate area where I use scaffolding to get to the top, and they're just in 2x2 dirt within stone because I don't care much for podzol. Podzol, I find, I don't know. It's probably good, and maybe I'll get some. I think I have some for when I do my path over to the raid farm. That was my first ever raid farm, for anyone new. Streaming is something that is helping me learn things. I've been kind of a timid, very chill player. Been playing for 7 years. I just haven't learned a lot. And I know a lot, but I haven't learned a lot, if that makes sense. But I was afraid of mobs of all sorts. I'm afraid of the dark. And when I chose this island, I thought I was far enough past the raid farm for it not to be a problem, and technically it was. I wasn't planning on any kind of massive building or anything. And all my server mates kept saying, Bee volunteered to do the raid farm. Bee's got the raid farm. She's got to do the raid farm. So I finally did back in February, and I died a few times doing it because Bee has this problem of falling off heights and not getting her wings deployed. Yeah, Bee dies a lot. And when I would be up there doing the raids, I kept noticing there's all this wonderful XP from the potion portion of the farm that would get stuck down here and not go anywhere because I didn't have this elevator going up So I thought, well, isn't that a thing? Can't we just do that? Can I just do that and make it work so that the XP, I don't have to come down here, risk losing my life and lose the XP I'm trying to gain, and just collect it while I'm standing up there? So that's what I did a while back. Ajax built his side of the bridge. Ajax's base is on that section. That's his stuff coming into view as I go higher. And he says, yeah, see, I would look here and I would look down there and I would see all that XP glowing down there in a bunch, and I'd either have to go down to collect it. I might have died once or twice doing that. But anyway, so I built it, and Ajax came and did a little bit, making sure things were going in place. Ajax is kind of my mentor for a lot of things here, and we got it working. So now when I stand here, although that's supposed to be the AFK spot, you don't really AFK in Bedrock. You have to stay here and drink your potions one at a time. You can hear the kitty meowing incessantly. She's now on my desk. Stay away from the keyboard, please. And drink your potion. Wait for the raid to finish. Do not get on my laptop either. And wait for the hero of, not hero of the village, the victory bar to go away. Kitty always wants attention. She has feline senility, so she meows all the time. She wanders the house meowing constantly. And either that or she's sleeping. It's a whole lot nicer when she's sleeping. What? You want my lap? You're not a lap cat. I know. Oh, she says, but yes, Mom. Let me go back chat. I'm missing stuff here. Let's see. Aged New Gamer says, thought I was following you already. Yeah, I kind of thought maybe you were. I'll have to look. Maybe Twitch did something weird and said, no, you're not. I don't know. It happens sometimes. Or accidentally hitting a wrong button. I've done that a few times. Let's see. Break the logs, let the leaves. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, some cat, you're testing my patience. Okay. I was already following. I don't know. Let's see. Tell us the story of the scariest thing that happened to you. Oh, let's see. Okay, I'll have to think about that one a little bit. Scariest thing that ever happened to me. Okay, let me catch up on chat and we'll get to that. Motown says, oh, Age New Gamer is going to lurk. Okay, sleep well. I missed that somewhere. Still. Oh, off to bed. There he is. Okay, good night, Age New Gamer. Lawful says he used Podzol in the cow farm pen, or cow pen, to look more like cow patties and such. I love it. Ajax. Peer pressure, it works, but proud of you for doing the raid farm. Yep. Ajax is a good guy. He most certainly is. I have some wonderful people that I play with here. And I have some wonderful people that I play with over on Stony Peaks now, too. Got lots of wonderful people. Lawful says, my daughter usually has several cats on her car complaining before she ever gets out of it. So she gets home and the cats jump on the car and start complaining. Kitty wants attention. Yeah, the raid farm, to give proper credit, was I followed a tutorial by Silent Whisperer. But his did not include the glass tower water elevator for the XP. So if you guys want to use that and make one yourselves, by all means, feel free to. What I've been trying to play the bad guy, Ajax. Uh-oh. 15 messages deleted by moderator? What happened? Minecraft lover? What happened? I missed something. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't see what happened. Anyway, what was I? Oh. Was that who wanted me to tell the scariest story? I don't know why they were deleted. Posting. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think links are allowed here in my stream chat. Okay, let me think. Scariest story. Hopefully they're still listening. One scary story was, okay, when I first came to California back in 1972, as most of you know, I am an older person, and I was living in, actually I was kind of living in maybe LA proper at the time. Or was I living up in the desert? It was one of the two places. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. And I had a fiance at the time whose parents lived up in the Sierra Mountains called Mammoth Lakes. So if anyone's familiar with that. And he was going to school up in Sonora. So we would occasionally meet up at his parents' in order to see each other. I missed the jump. And it snows in Mammoth Lakes. They have a ski resort and all of that fun stuff up there. And I had a, what was it, 1970 Ford Maverick, I think it was, 1970. Can't get up there unless I fly. I don't want to fly yet to get up there. And so it was Christmas, and there was snow, and we were respectively driving to meet at his parents' to be able to spend Christmas together. So if you are anyone who's ever been to California in that area and knows, from a town called Bishop up to Mammoth, there was this long, very steep grade called Sherwin Grade. And I was going up this grade, and it was snowing quite heavily. And I'm not real experienced in driving in the snow, even though I grew up in Oregon, and we got snow. I didn't get my driver's license until I was 18, so I hadn't been driving all that long even then. And I didn't have chains. And, you know, I'm trying to be careful, as careful can be as a silly young person driving in snow without chains. And probably bald tires at that, given the way things were back then. And I'm going up this grade in this snow, and it's getting thicker and heavier. And all of a sudden, I'm spinning out, crossing 4 lanes of traffic, 2 in each direction, and end up with my rear end of my car stuck in a snowbank, thankfully, because along Sherwin Grade, most of that side of the highway is practically a sheer drop-off. So to me, that was definitely one of the scariest things. I can tell another scary story. But anyway, I did get pulled out of that by a very kind, helpful individual who stopped and hooked me up and pulled me out of the snowbank. And I did make it to my destination. I was able to get back across the traffic and even more slowly went up the rest of the grade carefully. Did not spin out again. But that guy, it could have been even scarier. He offered to let me stay at his motel room. I said, no, thank you. And my people were expecting me. So that's where I went. Anyway, the other scary story was I was with a group of my friends from church, and we used to do backpacks and hiking and things like that. And we were in, where was this hike? We were in Yosemite because we were going to be doing a hike up Half Dome. Half Dome, of course, is a very well-known... Hey, Combi, welcome in. You're here just in time for storytelling. And so our group got kind of a late start, and well, it seems like it was a late start. I don't know if it was or not, or if it just took that long now. It's been, we're talking like back in the when was it? 1990, it would have been about 1994 or 5. I was dating my husband, so it had to be 95. And we got into the campsite. It's a huge group campsite with bare boxes and all of that in the middle of the night, right? Well, I'm one who likes to sleep outside in just my sleeping bag. So that I did. I was nearby the other girls' tent where my daughter and a couple of the other gals on the trip, well, maybe it's just one other gal in that particular tent, one or two others, doesn't matter. And I realized after I had already prepared myself for sleep in my mummy bag that I had my butt pack still on me, which happened to have a bag of Skittles in it. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, I either got to get redressed and get out and go see if I can find room in a bear bag for those, or bear box for those Skittles, or not. And so I just took my whole butt pack and reached out and tossed it maybe 5 or 6 feet away from where I was sleeping and went to sleep, as did everyone else in camp. And yeah, middle of the night, I'm awakened by this and feeling this hot breath over my face. You're trying not to move or make a sound, but yet at the same time, you probably need to, and hope that whatever is breathing hot, heavy breath over you moves. And I didn't know at that point if it was maybe coyote, raccoon, bear, whatever other animals might inhabit the area up by Half Dome. And yeah. And I finally made a movement and saw it move and realized it's big. It's a bear. And it strolled off a little ways, still munching on the Skittles that it had ripped out of my... He just wanted you to share. Yeah, sure he did. I guess I should know that bears love Skittles. It was sweet. They love them. And yeah, so that was a little frightening. And I'm yelling out, trying to yell out my husband's name because he's over at some distance in his tent. Well, I wasn't my husband yet then. That's why he's in his tent. and finally he wakes up. He wasn't about to come out of his tent and scare the bear off. Like, but it started, the bear started going off, and there were other people who had even come in later than we had. And there wasn't room in the bear boxes at all. And people were just leaving their backpacks and everything out next to the bear boxes. So of course the bear's going to go to those, which it did, and you could hear going through the whole campsite, this bear going through and tearing up people's gear. And it's like, oh my gosh. Frightening. It was frightening. Yep, scary stories. And then the only other scary story was, as I've said, here in California, we get earthquakes. Well, back in the 1994 earthquake, I lived only about a mile from the epicenter, not where I live now. And I lived in a double-wide mobile home. What am I forgetting? Minecraft lover? You're going to have to tell me, because obviously I am forgetting. I got about 20 minutes left. So, but anyway, with this story, the earthquake had happened, which, of course, that in itself was frightening because it was like 4:30 in the morning when it happened, and things were falling over, and yeah, it was really bad. Scary as in like ghosts or something. No, but this one might be considered kind of close. Nope, I don't believe in ghosts. I believe in demons, but I don't believe in ghosts. And yeah, I know, I'm just bouncing around now because I'm telling a story. The earthquake happened. The mobile home split down the 48-foot long marriage line. Okay, so we had lots of aftershocks. I decide, because my door to get out of the house had become kind of wonky, and it was the only door out of the house, aside from one straight across from it that went out from the kitchen on the back side. These mobile homes were packed in pretty tight in this particular mobile park. And I can chop down some of those trees maybe. What do I got here? We'll dump this stuff. Let the collection system gather it. I'll keep that apple. I don't have any other food on me. I have food. I just don't have it on me. I was sleeping again in my sleeping bag by the front door because I was afraid of, if something happened, I wouldn't be close enough to get out. Or if the place caught on fire, because homes were catching on fire during the earthquakes and stuff. And so this one night, it was a couple days after the earthquake had happened, and everyone was without power. Well, in the middle of the night, there is this absolutely horrendous screeching sound that starts. And I gotta tell you, I about did have a heart attack. Because in my mind, at that point, it had to be demons, and they were coming after me or something. I don't know. It was awful. And I realized, okay, the power's on. Okay, What is it that's making the noise? It has to be something mechanical. What did I not unplug before, you know? And I went in the kitchen, and there was the blender that was still plugged in, dangling off the end of the counter. Scrubs is heading to bed. Good night, Scrubs. Have a good sleep. I know you got to get up really early in the morning. So yeah, that was my scary story. That's as scary as it gets in my life. Risen says that's hilarious. It's very hilarious after the fact, but I got to tell you, at the time, oh my gosh, yeah, yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible. I don't know if there are other scary stories. I mean, those are kind of the scariest things I think that have ever really happened in my life. Trying to think. Yeah. I don't need any of those leaves. What am I doing? Chopping leaves. These I will let despawn. Stream's actually gone pretty quickly today. It's like it's 15 minutes. I might take one real short break here shortly. And go to relieve myself. Coffee, you know, coffee and water. Two enemies to the streamer. But they do force you to get up and take that very important stretch and break that you need to take. So I gather these things, run back into the house that hopefully is now safe. Ajax to the rescue again. He came over last night after I died to help me figure out how it was I died, because I couldn't believe standing here. How do I die? You know? There's no way. And that didn't even, because to me, it was 2 blocks high. Should have been fine. But I forgot on the outside, this floor is 1 block lower than ground level. So the skeleton came in and shot me through that window. It didn't have that there last night. Anyway, I'm going to take a very quick break. I'll mute and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Maybe make sure I'm not missing anything here. And my daughter's catching some of the stuff I missed, I think, with the answers. Lawful says he remembers those Mavericks. Yep, I had a yellow Maverick with a black vinyl roof, dual racing mirrors that were also black, and what were they? Mag wheels. Those were the things back in those days. That was the 1970s. Minecraft lovers is, but that's still pretty scary. There's lots of scary things. I got another story that is scary in what could have happened. And Yarn Bee says, I was only about 13 or 14 max, I think, back when the bear story or the earthquake. No, it had to be the bear story. We would sleep out in the open on old World War II cots back in the day, Lawful says. Yarn Bee, he just thought you wanted to share. Oh, yeah, that was the bear. Yeah. Let's see. Good. Okay, Scrub said goodnight. Yeah, we got that. Hagney said that was hilarious. Blenders can be scary. I still have that blender. However, that blender is destined for the trash because it was out on a shelf in the garage when we had the rat issue here. I hate to say how many years ago now. And certain small kitchen appliances were on a shelf in the garage and the rats were all over them. And I don't even want to touch them. To this day, I don't want to touch them. Lawful says, yeah, I have some stories like that, horrifying at the time, but funny now. Absolutely, yeah. And Minecraft Lover says, what was the worst pain you have ever felt? And how was it caused? Lawful says, welcome back. Ooh, fancy. The worst pain. Let me tell one other somewhat scary story. It was scary in that it could have been a heartbreaking thing. I grew up on a ranch in Oregon. The ranch, we did not own it. My dad worked on it. And the guy who owned it raised polled Herefords. Polled Herefords, that's cattle for meat. And we, of course, being on the ranch, housed on the ranch, were able to have horses. And I had a horse that was she was 2 years old at the time, half Arabian, half quarter horse. And her name was Midgie. And we decided, my mom and I would go into an arena in a neighboring town. We belonged to a small group. They called it a club, but it was a group of horse people. And we'd take our horses into the arena and exercise them. And it was a little bit of a social time as well, at least for my mom it was. It wasn't for me, but I enjoyed riding the horses. So this was going to be Midgie's first time ever in a horse trailer. We were going to see how she did trailering. So she loaded no problem, and the other horse was, which one did Mom use? It was either Prince or Kate. I think it was Prince. And there was a Dairy Queen that was near the intersection where the main highway met the road that we were at, or the road that we lived off of. And it was probably, I don't know, 8 or 10 miles distance to turn out onto the highway. So we'd gone that far. And we stopped at the stop sign. And then my mom pulled out onto the highway, making a left turn, which was fine. There was no problem with that, no cars or anything. And just as she started to get the speed started, we have an issue. The tongue of the trailer broke. It was an old wooden homemade trailer, apparently, that we had bought. And the trailer rolled off towards the ditch and then out into a field right next to the Dairy Queen, and had rolled a couple of times with the two. Sorry, it still chokes me up thinking about it and what could have happened. Because Midgie was my horse. I'd had her from the night she was born. We used to sleep out under our carport. My dad would move the beds out. And in the summer, we'd sleep out there. And so, we knew when the mare had foaled the horse. So for 2 years, I'm waiting for when I can ride Midgie. And, I was tiny. So even though she was only 2, I weighed less than 100 pounds. So I could easily start riding her just limited amounts of time and getting her used to the saddle and things like that. And usually I just used a bareback pad though. And my heart just stopped. I mean, for that to still affect me to this day, you got to know how much that was hurting at the time, thinking my horse is going to be dead. And we other people, they saw that the accident happened, so they stopped. And everybody's running across the ditch, and my mother's trying to get me not to run over there because she was afraid of what would have happened to the horses too. But we get over there, and the trailer landed. When it stopped, it landed on the tailgate. So the horses were sitting on the tailgate, and the people who stopped and ran to it pushed the trailer back down so that it would be in its correct upright position. And were able to get it open and got the horses out. Thank God. The horses only had a few cuts and scrapes. There were no serious injuries. And then we were afraid that the horses would never get in a trailer again. And so my mom, from the Dairy Queen, back then there weren't cell phones obviously, called my dad, and he brought the stock truck down, and we picked the horses up. We never did get to the arena, of course, and both horses loaded right into the stock truck without any hesitation. We treated the cuts and scrapes that the horses had. There were no broken bones, nothing like that, and nothing requiring an immediate vet examination that we could tell. But oh my gosh, talk about heart-stopping. That was probably the worst in that case. Situation from my childhood, at least. There might be some other things as an adult. Anyway, back. Let's see. So back to the worst pain. I have to think about that. Yep, like my daughter says, she had childbirth. That's definitely a big one. Ajax says it's a nice mix for horses. Yarn B says, worst pain was unmedicated, precipitous childbirth. I do not recommend. Modern medicine is wonderful. Yeah, giving birth to my son was more painful than giving birth to my daughter, because my daughter was cesarean. But my son was not, and my son was 17 years later when I was older. And he was also much bigger. He was almost 9 pounds? 8, 13, I think. And my daughter she was 5 weeks preemie, so she was only 5 pounds when she was born. She's a little thing. Worst pain? Gosh, I'm trying to think. So worst physical pain. Val says, the birth of my children still pain me today. Oh, come on, Val. Children are a blessing. They truly are. And I have the 2 best children in the world. I'm just saying. and the youngest will be home in 13 days, 12 days, whatever it is, 12 or 13 days. He's been gone since January. Oh, I have missed him so much. I miss my daughter too. 1 year ago, this past week, we were visiting my daughter. Now we're not. And it's just about time to end stream. Worst pain. I'm trying to think. Oh, well, I don't know if even that was the worst pain. Worst pain is the one I get whenever my back decides to act up. Because sometimes that pain will absolutely knock me to my knees. I have degenerative discs in the lower part of my back. And thankfully, it has not bothered me in a couple years. Ajax says, I'm not your kid. You're almost young enough to be my kid. Yarnby says, my neighbor literally broke her tailbone. Oh, ooh. Children can be in pain in the pocketbook. Well, okay, that I won't deny. Especially when you send him overseas for a semester abroad. Though he's been really good. I probably said I made too many comments, and that probably inhibited some of his moving around and going exploring. So I says, keep an eye on your spending. Probably said that a time or too much. Snarl is now rating. Lord Snarl is rating with a party of 4. Lord Snarl, what were you working on today? And welcome in. Now I got to stay on a little longer. I was almost ready to end stream too. But welcome in. It's his first time chat. I'm glad to have you here. Is my daughter still here? She could give Lord Snarl a shout out. If not, I'll do it myself. And let's see, we got one for Combi, I believe. I don't trust myself out here. Go in here. Lord Snarl was playing the new Bond game. I guess I'm not familiar with that. Although, who was it? Somebody mentioned, was it Dadcraft last night? Oh, need to switch to mod view. You got it? Okay. Bond. James Bond. You know, I could never get into those James Bond movies. I watched, was it the first ones that had, was it Sean Connery? Was he the first one? Who was the very first James Bond movie? I think there was too much, I don't know what it was. Discussing yoga terminology. Yep, you got me on that one too. I know nothing about yoga terminology. I know there's such a thing as yoga and yoga pants. Not sure. Oh, Sean Connery wasn't until like the 4th one. Was it Roger Moore? Because I know that was another one. There you go. Yoga pants is correct terminology. Okay, cool. Depending on who you talk to regarding the first. Gosh, I don't know. There have been so many movies. Wasn't that actor? I don't care for him. That little guy that did the Top Gun movie. I can't think of his name. That jumped all over. Was it Oprah's couches? On her show. I can't think of his name. I can see his face. I can't think of his name. Yes, Tom Cruise. Thank you, Mickey. George Lazenby, Sean Connery. The little guy. I'm sorry. I hope that's not insulting anybody. He is short. I don't like him. Not because he's short. I just don't like him. We all have people we don't like. Tom Cruise is one of them. Just my personal non-preference. Pierce Brosnan. Pierce was it first? Oh, we got an ad. Some of you are in ads. In the ad. Pierce Brosnan, Roger Moore. Copies this little guy. Sky High. Did Sky get a shout out earlier? I don't remember. Not insulting, just hilarious to hear someone call him a little guy. Yes, him. Katie Holmes. Oh my gosh. Oh. And to show that I'm not against little guys, hi, Misfit Mutts, how are you? She gets a shout out too. We're just having a laugh over Tom Cruise and how I view him. I have dated short men. Even my husband is only 5'9", barely. It's a great segue to Misfit Mutts. How have your streams been going, Misfits? Seems like it's been forever since I've been able to catch one. What? No, I didn't marry Tom Cruise. No way. Ooh. Ew. Although Sean Connery wasn't strictly the first actor to play James Bond, he is usually considered to be the original because Dr. No was the first cinema-released Bond film. Oh, okay. Shows what I know. I don't watch the 007 movies. Yarnby says, my dad's pretty short, too. I think you actually like the shorties, just not Tom. I think your dad's... Isn't he about 5'9" as well, if I remember right? I haven't seen your dad since he drove down and picked you up when you were staying here. Gosh, that's been so long ago. Misfit, are you little? Just building away. Actually, yes. Well, see, I am too, at least in height. I'm only 5'2" and a little bit more. Barry Nelson, is that an actor? I'm not familiar with the name. Snarl says, I didn't marry Tom Cruise either. I hope not. Gosh, this conversation's gone way wacky. First saw Sean Connery as Darby O'Gill and the Little People. I'm not familiar with that either. My friend's husband is pretty sure my daughter is taller than the doctor said. Oh, okay, taller than the doctor said. I don't know how to tell him he's just not as tall as he used to be. They say us old folks get shorter as we age. Hasn't happened to me yet. B, you have me beat in height. Really? My sister is only, I think, 4'10". It's funny, in the genetics, depending on who you're looking at, we have the short ones that are like in the 4'10" range, and we had the tall ones that were like 6'2" or something. That was my maternal great grandfather, the German dude. All these short people, they're everywhere. Short people rule the world, you know. I'm 8 inches taller than Tom Cruise, so yes, he's a little guy. Yeah, I guess it's all relative to your own height and your own point of view. I like to measure my timber in units of Tom Cruise. Lawful says, I'm German on both sides of the family. I am just on one half of one side of the family. Yeah, but even that quarter, if you will, under the DNA testing stuff, there's very little German quote-unquote German that shows up on the DNA testing. It's even more Scandinavian than the on-paper type ancestry would say. Snarl, you're 6'5"? My goodness. Yeah, that's a tall. Already shrunk. Makes me nervous because my grandma was taller than me and was 4'9" when she passed away. Oh my goodness. As I'm just standing here, I could at least be doing this, right? You could see my face. Teenage daughter's 5'9.5". That's not really terrible though for a girl still. Yes, it's tall. It's on the taller end of the spectrum for gals. Gosh. Anyway, now that we've jibber-jabbered about Tom Cruise and everybody's height, who's live out there that I can rate out to? Oh, you guys do make streaming fun. Who is out there? Oh, goodness. That group, doggone them, let them go back to Minecraft on Thursdays. The Farlanders' friends, they're always doing Pokemon. I wouldn't mind doing that guy, but I don't know how much he talks in his streams, and I can't remember if we've rated him before. His name is Fam Friendly Gamer, and I know he is 100% family friendly, but he only has like one viewer at the moment. He streams Minecraft. I'm not sure what he's working on. Oh, I don't have the sound on my laptop up. No wonder I can't hear if he's talking or not. He doesn't usually talk a lot. He just plays, pretty chill. Yeah, I'm not hearing him talking. So, what's that? Oh, is Pathfinder live? I thought I followed Pathfinder. I'm not showing him. Maybe I've got too many follows that's pushing him out. Is Pathfinder playing? He was here in chat early on. I don't know if he's playing. He's probably still not here unless he's lurking. Let me get back here. Anyway, son is 6'7". Oh my goodness. Time for bed as it's 2 a.m. Yep, you're over there in the UK. My son is still over in the UK for 12 more days. He has his last final tomorrow. Well, actually, technically today for you. Then he'll be home. Sounds family friendly. Yep, fam friendly. That's a name. It's definitely family friendly. He just doesn't talk much, and that's probably why I don't really watch him that much. I do like to hear people talking in stream. Misfit Mutt says, I have to go, but have an amazing night. It was good to see you. Good to see you too, and thank you for popping in. I don't know if you got a quick shout out. Oops. We'll get it in before I rate out. Oops, I think I did something wrong. Is it hashed? It's slash, isn't it? Yep, duh. Yep, there we go. Oops, now I have to wait 52 minutes and 17 seconds. I can't do it. Sorry. But if you click on Misfit's name, I think you should be able to go and give her a follow and recognition that way. She's a wonderful streamer on Java. And I know, if I'm remembering correctly, sometimes she mostly has a solo world, but she also plays with a couple other people. And also, I believe she started a hardcore world. It's been a little while since I've been able to catch a stream. But yeah, she's very enjoyable. Okay, so you said, what is, what was the name you gave me who was here? I've already forgotten. My brain, I'm getting tired, I can tell. That's why I don't do the 3-hour streams or more. Pathfinder, yes. Pathfinder's family friendly, as I recall, right? So we'll go there. I don't know what they're playing. Hopefully Minecraft. If not, I guess we'll find a new game. Everybody, thank you for being here. And Lord Snarl, thank you for the raid. Snowbeans, thank you for the raid. And was it the 2? I thought there were 3. I'm looking through the thing. I'm not seeing. Maybe it was all the follows. We had several follows today. I really need to learn how to use Stream Manager and OBS both. I need to learn them both. We had stream streaks. We had all kinds of stuff. We had Mickey giving out a sub. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you all. We had mods, Yarn Beast and Scrublord show up. I appreciate you. And so with that, I will say good night, and we'll get this raid going to Pathfinder. Hopefully. Is it going? Did I do it right or not? Yep, no. Yeah, why am I not seeing it? Oh, I know. No, come on. What did I do wrong? Isn't it exclamation point raid Pathfinder, or is that a slash as well? I'm not seeing it pop up. Is it slash? Gosh, I've done this. Man, I'm telling you. It is. How many times have I done this? I've been doing this since the end of July. All of a sudden, my brain has just gone out the window. It was all that Tom Cruise talk. Pathfinder, underbar, MC. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night, day, sleep, watch, whatever it is you're doing for the rest of the day. Thank you for being here. Yep, there it goes. As soon as it gives me the right now button. 1. There we go. Bye.